Hey guys, it's Jennifer. This one this morning I was having a hard time with, and then I had something thrown right in my face this afternoon. It's actually kind of raw. It just happened a few minutes ago. So this is where I'm at with what I need to forgive. And I know that I'm still working on it because when it happens, it still stings. So I'm a life coach. I have a training in life coaching, certified, all that stuff. I'm also Christian, right? I've always been. I was born and raised in church. I love Jesus. I love the angels. I love the Bible. I use it often as reference, as tools in my life coaching. But I've always been psychic. I was born that way. I've always been able to see things. I've always been able to know things. It's just that simple. I hid for years behind the word intuitive life coach. And intuitive to me is kind of one of those words that everybody uses because it's pretty safe. I mean, there's even commercials for intuitive cars now. So that word is really safe, right? But about a year and a half ago now, every time I would pray and meditate, I was getting, you've got to switch to Christian psychic. You've got to switch to Christian psychic. And I'm like, that's a big statement, huge statement, right? And it's so funny to me that, and I know for every person usually that rejects me right away, there's usually somebody else that says, oh, thank God you're talking about this because I'm having this experience and I don't know what to do with it. But for today's challenge, talking about what is it that you need to let go of and what is the emotional healing. The emotional healing is how hard that hurts when people judge without even knowing who you are. Now, that doesn't have to be just because you're a Christian psychic. It can be anything. It can be because of how you look or because of, the car you drive or whatever. Like, we're in that space in the United States, especially of judgment, right? I knew going in that this was going to be a huge thing. I knew that this was something I wanted to protect from. That's why I hid for so long behind the term intuitive life coach, because I did not want my children to have to grow up with that stigma, right? Now, I'm okay with it. I've actually talked to my pastor. She knew, actually, she was like, I knew there was something that you weren't telling me. I know a friend of mine who wrote a book specifically on scripture and how psychics and mediums can find that there is truth in scripture for that. But it's amazing to me still, like when that happens, it still burns a little bit, right? And I'm pretty self-confident. Like, I'm a life coach. I've done a lot of healing. Really this challenge this morning, I'm like, well, God, and especially just like a month ago, I went into a whole nother layer of the onion, so to speak, of my own personal transformational healing. And so I'm like, okay, now what do I talk about? Because I just purged a whole bunch of stuff just a few weeks ago. So, and this popped in I got tagged in Facebook and somebody's questioning me and really was kind of saying that I was pagan and that I was using the word wrong and all of these things. So that is probably something that emotionally I need to get over and let go of and heal. Now, it's happened in the past, right? That's why I've hidden from it, right? Before I even made the claim and said those words, that was something that I was, afraid, because it's kind of that if they will like me thing. Now, I'm kind of over, like, if people like me, they like me or they don't. But I hate when they, like, it really hurts, right? So, and I've always been one of those people that I don't judge. I actually had a really good conversation it's been a couple years ago with a friend that I hadn't seen since high school, and we were friends and acquaintance, and we were in the same group in high school. And I remember something happened, and she goes, "You were the only person that didn't react and say, I can't believe you did that. You were like, well, are you okay? And did you have fun?" Right? Because it was nothing bad. It was just something that the other girls were judging her for. And I just don't, I have no idea where anybody else is in their own life. So why judge people, right? You never know what's going on. Obviously, being on the platform that I'm in, I get this a lot. So this is something that I'm really digging deep right now. And like I said, it just came in my face, so it's perfect for this. I need to really get over emotionally how to not let that sting when people do that. So there's my vulnerability today. I'm still a little bit upset. I don't know if my chest might even be a little bit red because I tend to do that when I get upset. But that's the big thing. Like, being okay with who you are and being out there on that platform. Facebook, I mean, it doesn't matter. when we were kids, like, our stuff wasn't all over the internet. Everything's on the internet now. And then putting yourself out there in a public way, you have to expect rejection. And I'm okay with knowing that I'm not going to be the right life coach for everybody. I'm okay with knowing that I'm going to help the select people that is in my power to help, right? Whoever I'm supposed to work with is going to come to me. But it does sting when you get that little, before they even know what you're doing or who you are, they're judging you based on the title. So anyway, that's my emotional thing that I need to heal. Thank you guys for listening, or whoever, hopefully somebody will hear the replay. And I'm hoping it resonates on some level with somebody else too. Because, we all do want to be liked and accepted, but you have to somehow dig in, and that's where I'm at right now, is digging in to really be okay with not being accepted. And I'm okay with it on the most part, but that stung a little bit today. So I'm going to have to dig into that and look a little bit deeper. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Gosh, these challenges. Holy smokes, right? Let's dig in deep. We'll see you guys soon.